A report prepared for this exact eventuality by the Bland Corporation, not the Rand, the Bland.
Right.
And then they open up, basically the same report about, we've got a contingency, this nuclear war is going to be a good thing. And the Rand Corporation almost worships the bomb at their facilities, as you know, in California. They've got a big, giant H-bomb sculpture of a mushroom cloud made up out of chain link. We're going to come back, take 5 final calls for Alex Abella. Then I'm going to blitz through some final key news in this third hour. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Mr. President, there are 1 or 2 points I'd like to make, if I may.
Go ahead, General.
1. Our hopes for recalling the 843rd Bomb Wing are quickly being reduced to a very low order of probability. 2. In less than 15 minutes from now, the Ruskies will be making radar contact with the planes. 3. When they do, they are going to go absolutely ape, and they're going to strike back with everything they got. 4. If, prior to this time, we have done nothing further to suppress their retaliatory capabilities, we will suffer virtual annihilation. Now, 5. If, on the other hand, we were to immediately launch an all-out and coordinated attack on all their airfields and missile bases, we'd stand a damn good chance of catching them with their pants down. Hell, we got a 5-to-1 missile superiority as it is. We could easily assign 3 missiles to every target and still have a very effective reserve force for any other contingency. 6. An unofficial study which we undertook of this eventuality indicated that we would destroy 90% of their nuclear capabilities. We would therefore prevail and suffer only modest and acceptable civilian casualties from the remaining force, which would be badly damaged and uncoordinated.
General, it is the avowed policy of our country never to strike first with nuclear weapons.
Well, Mr. President, I would say that General Ripper has already invalidated that policy.
That was not an act of national policy, and there are still alternatives left open to us.
Mr. President, we are rapidly approaching a moment of truth, both for ourselves as human beings and for the life of our nation. Now, truth is not always a pleasant thing. But it is necessary now to make a choice, to choose between two admittedly regrettable but nevertheless distinguishable post-war environments. One where you got 20 million people killed, and the other where you got 150 million people killed.
You're talking about mass murder, General, not war.
Mr. President, I'm not saying we wouldn't get our hair mussed, but I do say no more than 10 to 20 million killed, top.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
Remember what came out even in the New York Times 3.5 years ago? That the Pentagon now has a first strike where they preemptively invade countries. You saw that with Iraq. But that they want to hit Iran with hundreds of, quote, mini nukes. And they've had their PR firms going saying, well, these aren't like your daddy's nukes or your grandpappy's nukes. We need to start preemptively striking people with nukes. Well, that's Curtis LeMay. That's Khan. That's the Rand Corporation, isn't it, Alex Abella?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They were advocated this time and again. I mean, look, originally I always thought that I never much admire Eisenhower, but the more I read about them and the more I studied Rand, the more I realized what a bulwark he was. I mean, how he stood up against these people and said, there's no way I'm going to...
And they thought Kennedy was going to be some sex addict that they could control.
Yeah, exactly. And, much to their surprise, but, by late 1962, early 63, he started saying, hey, hold on there, fellas. I'm not going to go along with your plans. And you know what happened to him. And
right now at PrisonPlanet.tv, we're showing Google Street View, one of their little creations, of the front of the Rand Corporation there on the coastline by Los Angeles with the giant sculpture of a mushroom cloud going off made out of chain links.
Beautiful building, though, isn't it?
Yes. It's just amazing that they'd read your previous book and thought, hey, this guy's A-OK, and had no idea that you'd get into all their stuff and blow them wide open.
I was just telling the truth, brother.
All right, let's rampage through 5 or 6 calls because I do need to get to some other key news here today and a very disturbing little conversation that I had with Joe Strupp of Media Matters yesterday before we end this hour. But so please have your questions ready. I want to get to all of you. I love your calls, but quick question, quick comment. Ryan, Steve, Dan, Larry, Thomas, because I want to try to get to all of you. Quick response back from Alex Abella. Let's talk to Ryan in Illinois. You're on the air.
Hi, Alex and Alex. Great book, great show. My quick question is about Herman Kahn and the Hudson Institute. It seems that I can't tell whether they're good or bad. On one hand, they're talking about, the overpopulation, how it's a myth and that everything's going to be all right, and also, they're demonizing Prozac use and things like that. So there's very mixed messages. I don't know what they're trying to do, if they're trying to gain our confidence, or just your thoughts on that. I mean,
well, the Hudson Institute, obviously, what happened is when Herman Kahn broke the secret, because that's the whole thing. If the Rand Corporation at the time, and to this very day, they're technocrats. They think they're a cabal. They're like the high priests. They tell everybody what to do. And so therefore, Kahn went out and he actually popularized all these things, right? And then he was forced to leave Rand. And after he left, he founded the Hudson Institute, which concentrated on futurology, how the world is going to turn out, again, because of that misguided belief in the redemptive powers of science. And, as a result of that, that's, they come up with all these different things, but, they're slightly off the wall.
Yeah.
And they have different scientists and different people in the think tanks who have even different views. They test for all the idiot savants in specialized areas, and then they let them operate just to get their data. So, yeah, you'll have somebody in one of these groups who's saying psychotropics and drugs are destroying our country, and I've seen what you're talking about, but they'll use their material in another way. Do you understand that?
Yeah, it's kind of like Glenn Beck. He tells 90% of the truth, and he, just leads you on to another path whatsoever.
That's right. That's right. You got that straight.
All right, Ryan, appreciate it. Steve in California, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Alex and Alex.
Hey.
Thank you, guys. Hey, real quick, I appreciate what you're doing. I want to share something that I've actually lived through, and I've actually met with Aaron Russo and trying to get my film out. I've been in a Patriot group, and I want to ask a question, too, for Alex Abella on Iron Mountain, if that really happened, was Rand involved?
No, it was not. But however, what it did do, Iron Mountain, for those listeners who don't know about it, is this particular document that came out in the late 1960s, mid to late 60s, if I recall correctly, in which it was supposed to be like the guideline, the plot of a small group of people from the government that met every once in a while in order to how to take over the government and to govern the government and the world. And no, that was acknowledged as a satire. But the sad truth about it is that a lot of the things that it mentioned were true. Only the way that it came out was false.
Yeah, it's just like Dr. Strangelove.
Exactly.
Yeah, and just tying it in there, guys, on Lucid and the DARPA system in these lists, I've lived through a miscarriage of justice where my children have been taken from me. I've been kind of labeled. Someone said there's a flag by my name. And it seems to me that they are making lists and tying it in with, Clinton and Carol Quigley. These people really think that we're better off ruled by them. Mm-hmm. And the FEMA thing, it's all true. I mean, I've seen documents like the Marines in 29 Palms. Would you fire upon the American people if they do not give up their guns when a 30-day amnesty period is given? No,
that's on record, Steve. I've got to go, though, because we're almost out of time. Any comments on the military being turned against the people? Alex.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me because, that's in the plans, and that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. After all, the military are just following orders, and these guys think, well, we know best.
Dan in Michigan, you're on the air with Alex Abella. Yeah, Dan, you want to talk?
Yeah, I just had a question about John Nash. I wonder if he could comment on...
John Nash was that brilliant mathematician and one of the creators of game theory, although he wasn't as big as he was made out to be in the movie. What was it? Brilliant...
A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind, thank you. Right, he was in RAND for a couple of years. RAND, at the time, in the 1950s, was like the center of game theory. Matter of fact, without RAND, probably game theory as we know it today would not exist, because they thought that with game theory, they'd be able to figure out what the Soviet Union was going to do next, because at the time, the Soviet Union was a closed society. Our spies in the Soviet Union were not getting much information, so they were trying to posit a way by which they could say, well, the Soviet Union is going to act this way, so therefore we should act that way. And so, Nash was there for a couple of years, but, he went in and out. And as mentioned in his biography, the crucial things that he developed, he did at Princeton, not necessarily at
All right, Dan, thank you. Good question. Larry in Texas, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Abella, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you for being around, hanging around so long. I've followed your work for quite a while.
Thank you.
One of the first things I saw was, it was a book that I got about JFK when the Zapruder films came out and everything, and it talked about Montauk. And I thought, well, Montauk is, in Martha's Vineyard, well, that's where everybody's going to meet. Little did I know about Bohemian Grove and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I just wanted to say I appreciate, everything that you've done over the years. Also, Mr. Jones, if you wouldn't mind, I live on a farm also, and we lease out part of the land to a gentleman to pays the school taxes. And before I could get out there, it laid fallow this year. He came by and sprayed it completely with Roundup.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Larry. That's a big problem. We've got to move here because we're almost out of time. Let's try to finish up with a quick question from Thomas in Arkansas. Thomas, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Alex and Alex. Just a quick question. I haven't read the book. I plan to because I want to see what my brother's up to. He's an analyst with RAND. Oh. I wanted to know if you mentioned anything in there about the security clearances of the analysts.
No, not directly. I know that everybody is goes through security clearance, in order to be able to be hired by them. I myself went through one. The things that I